Rick just got himself all those pets out here, dude. They're just running amok, running literally everywhere. And Plush is gonna wait him out completely. Yeah, look at them, just kind of surrounding the squad. Squad up, man. They will get a couple of good hits on the Plush. They'll win an Axe Toss. So that'll be a decent bit of damage, at least to start with. Evasion off of Plush really early. Try to see if we can deny any kind of physical damage from those pets. It's going to get ported out. Step immediately. Pour down for Rick. You have another step. That is going to be vanished out of the rogue into a gate where right after it has himself one more step. So at least he's got himself mobility counter with a trinket out of the Mortal Coil. Fear does connect as he doesn't go for a kick, however. With Rick going for a Warlock Headstone. Fear right after, popping the stone, try to see if he can get himself some damage going with the Chaos Mother doing lots of damage. Does go for a meld really quickly, but the Axe Toss with the double Felguard. That is painful. Plush is going to be under a lot of pressure. Gloomhound with the Tyrant does go for the gouge before the Tyrant comes out. Kidney Shot, that is going to be really good, but those pets are still going to do a lot of damage. That Tyrant, not necessary for play, but those pets are still doing a lot. Plush just trying to see if he can maybe make a play with DFA. Try to see if he can go for Big Invest. Does get himself a huge hit. But Rick, ripping his soul out of his body, is going to get himself a big old Doomlord joining in. Bella up next, get a shot. Rick with a trinket into a, or not trinket, DR stun. But he's got himself a wall to try to see if he gets the damage versus Bella. Does go for a stun. Fear to follow. Needs to get more pets, needs to get a better positional. That's what he really needs. Gloomhound. Tyrant at some point might need to come out. That is a Cloak of Shadows. Try to see if he can predict the rogue. If he goes for a step, just have himself the gateway, the poor descend. For a moment, picking up the eye, the pets. I don't know if he'll have Mortal Coil for this. I don't think he has Axe Toss, does he? This could be lines for Rick. Dark Pact is keeping him alive here. Axe Toss does connect into a Fear right after. It is kind of short though, which is unfortunate. Knocking the rogue back for a second. Kidney Shot, super short as well. Rick picking up a little bit of health though. Bella does have yet one more vanish and is going to be able to use it to at least close that gap. But it's going to be a gateway out for Rick as he's waddling towards the eye into a Mortal Coil. Does pick up himself the Dreadstalker's Gloomhound right after. Able to pick up the eye in case he needs to, but the rogue has no more vanishes available. It's going to be a gateway. I think Bella at this point maybe have realized that, yep, it is lights for me. It is lights for me into a Hollow. Going to be up next. Dodge, but before you can really get the dots going, immediate Axe Toss shrinkens it, but he's still locked out for Shadow. Is going to go for a fade. Full Void Torrent, big damage available. Still got to get dots on a Rick though, or just pop cooldowns. You might just have to. Might just have to send cooldowns here. Rick is taking quite a bit of damage. That Rift is going to connect, but you got to make sure you get all your dots on him. All your ducks in a row, man. I don't know if you played Shadow Crash, but you definitely need it. Axe Toss to the Shadow, which is not ideal. Does he have CC? He might need something. Fear to follow. Hollow's under a ton of pressure. He's got himself Desperate Prey. Maybe looking for a possibly Disperse. Does go for Disperse. Rick so far has been able to still take a decent bit of damage from Hollow. That Void Rift does a lot of damage. But, however, he was able to at least lock him down for quite a decent bit. Port as he goes in for a Void Pressure to reposition. Hollow, I think, burned a fade there for a second. Does have a Fear. He just needs to somehow close the gap to get a proper Fear into Rick. Does get a Fear, but gets sent back. Hold on, you got the line of sight. Finally can get some dots on him with Dark Ascension. Is that an opportunity for you to have a big go? Mind Games with a Rift, maybe? If you get yourself Rift on top of it, Void Torrent does connect. That is a lot of damage to Rick. Wait, Rick could just die. Wait, Rick could die. Rick could die right here. Rick is dead. Holy! You gotta love how strong Shadow Priests are, man. He just gotta get himself one little setup, and it's just lights. That ripped together with full go. Oh my god. That is so strong. Sabo does get himself a big damage versus Saya. Immediately goes in for that Ascend. He's just trying to see if he can crack those side defenses. Blind does shrink it out of it into a stun right after. I don't know if Saya goes in for Searing Glare. Looks like he doesn't go for it. Those wind strikes still continue to land like a hurricane. Smash it against Saya. Back to back to back. Just not making it easy for him whatsoever. As he got himself a bit of damage with Sabo. But Sabo is going to try to see if he can back up out of there very quickly. Just not in a great spot right now. Saya taking a lot of the Primordial Storm damage. You can't get a melee Sabo at all, man. That is nuts. That is nuts. Stun to follow. Saya does get knocked back, but he's got himself lots of range damage. He really needs to play around that Dawn Light dot as well as the hot effect, right? Let's melt Sabo over time. Lay on hands, just try to see if he can tussle with him. Sabo, as soon as he gets a melee with Saya, he knows he's gonna force cooldowns out of him. And Sabo's got a lot of recovery. Dawn Light hurts for sure, but between the healing stream totem and those powerful healing surges, he's just in a great spot. Trinket out for Saya. Then it's going to be Bloodlust. Big tempo. Saya actually could have went down there if he wasn't careful. Shield of Vengeance. He's barely survived it. Stun onto Sabo. But he's being very, very careful. Stun to break past the shield. Sabo just sees one big hit. Massive, massive hit. Saya with a bubble. Burrow down for Sabo. He did want to find out if a Tempest was going to just wipe him out or not. I think if he has a Hodge, he might be in a great spot here. Sabo just doesn't have much health to really work with. He needs a heal right here, right now. Lasts up for a second just to hold Saya back. He got himself some cooldowns coming back little by little. Wall very, very soon. I don't know if he got enough to heal here. Oh, he did some damage. Saya does go in for the final hit. I don't know if a Primordial Storm would have done it. Primordial Storm might have been able to do it because Saya's health was kind of low. He still has himself Blessing of Protection or Spell Warden, so he's okay. Envy is going to have to get those cooldowns out of him, though. And the only way he can do, though, is through pressure. Blessing of Protection immediately. Envy just needs to live. Parry, everything. I don't know. Rally Cry, you may need everything here, bud. Wait, you belfed his bop? I forgot you were a belf now. Wait, is that going to be enough? You just need to catch up to him. Big Blade Storm. I don't know if he's got it. Parry, may need to use Parry. Parry right here, bud. Trinket, Parry, Fear. I think you just need to parry. Parry, Blade Storm. Let those Mortal Strikes connect. Yeah. Mortal Strikes got to connect, but the Shield of Vengeance, yeah, Sai does it, reversing it on him. Man, that is crazy amount of damage Sai can take. Yeah, I'm surprised he lived that versus Sabo. At some point he got hit by Tempest. I got so low that if he just like, if he wasn't careful, he followed up with a Shield of Vengeance immediately, trying to go for recovery. There's no way he predicted that. He's like, yeah, that Tempest isn't enough to kill me. There's no way. You know what I mean? Blizzard down for me. He's trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling in onto Saya. Got him so big, stunned, ready to go. Ring of Frost around the corner. I almost, every time I say ring, I almost say Ring of Peace every time. Even if it's a Ring of Frost, I just for some reason just default my brain to Ring of Peace. Are you just dead in a Ray of Frost? Are you? Wait, I think he's just dead. Yeah, flurries, it's over. After all this, like Saya, sometimes you just watch his health bar and you're like, man, this man can live through like the apocalypse. And then at times like he sees his health bar and it's like, oh wait, no, he's actually dying. Yeah, Pally's just strong defensively until you're out of cooldowns, it feels like. Once you're out of cooldowns, like it just, your health bar really does like plummet very quickly. Not like Saya couldn't play any better. I think he was just literally out of options. I feel like he was literally out of anything to use. Bolts down onto Mies. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. I don't know when you alter. What are these bolts? How are you not taking damage? Was that a greater invis? That must have been a greater invis. Eating those bolts. Holy, Cobra is just going to keep incinerating into the block. Pretty sure he does build soul shards off of it. Does get himself a havoc hit onto one of those images with a bolt to follow. Big damage to the Mies. Oh, that just hurts. Shadow Burns is going to be enough here. 1 burn, 2 burn. Do you have any more? Conflagration, shifting power. Mies just might die to the dots. I think he's just dead to the dots. He's still got a portal melting him. It's over. It's over. It's over. Yeah, I didn't realize he still had himself like a little shadow portal. A lot of these portals from Warlocks are very interesting. One of them just does like shadow damage very slowly but steady. It's there for a while. Then there's one that like barrels a bunch of damage into a chaos, like a machine gun, and one that just suns out a big lob of chaos bolt at him. The shadow one in particular is like very much like, oh, maybe I'll be okay. No, you ain't okay. Full army surrounding Cobra, however, he has nowhere else to go. I think it's just going to be lights here. Silence, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Yeah. No matter how many pets you got. 2 for Saya, 2 for Rick. Well done. Halo with a one-shotted combo, dude. I like the amount of healing he can do, by the way. But look at his little setup as a Shadow Priest. He just needs one good go. You gotta love Shadow Priest burst, man. I personally love it. I love it. I know it's kind of cheesy because he can like start a rift and you go behind the pillar. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you just don't see them in 1v1. So seeing them do well in 1v1s, to me, I just get super excited about it. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah, uno mas, uno mas.